everybody, and welcome once again to the King of Tides, Hero Club's weekly Twitch stream show. My name is George Primavera. I am the DM here this week, as I am every week. We're going to meet our lovely PCs in just a moment. But first, before we get to all that, first of all, we are Hero Club. If you have never heard of us, our main thing that we do is we take our D&D sessions that we record live around a table or remotely, in this case, most recently. And then we take those sessions recorded, mix them down with sound effects and music into these fast-paced audio drama or comedy anthologies. You can check it out in our About section. You can link to any season that looks interesting to you. Start anywhere you like, preferably at the beginning of a season, but you can jump around and all that. We're really proud of it. We're currently releasing The City of Mirrors, taking a little hiatus for the next couple weeks because our good buddy Nick Williams is getting married.
Hey,
congratulations. So we're just taking a little break to celebrate, get our ducks in a row. But we're going to keep doing this here for the next Tuesdays, not taking any breaks of any kind. And we're really excited to go. We have a super special guest with us yet again. Jon Matteson is here.
Woo! 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 Yeah.
Joining us once again as his character, who we will meet in just a moment. But before we get to them, let's go over some basic rules and setting notes. So if this is your first time jumping in, you kind of have more context of the world that we're playing in. If you've listened to Here There Be Monsters, one of our seasons, we're playing in that same universe. It's our Emporia campaign setting. Most important thing to know about the setting is everybody is playing anthropomorphic animal characters. The technology is sort of mid-18th century, very piratey, tropical continent. Magic has been made completely illegal and is punishable by death or worse as decreed by the monarchy, who have also deemed, that only one religion, those cauliflower buffalo bites. No, thank you.
Delicious.
They have deemed that only one religion be legal throughout the land to worship. That is the Church of
Part
Soul.
of the lore.
They worship the sun as a celestial object of power. Now let's get to the fun part and meet everybody. First up, let's say hello to Hannah Fakerbaki.
Hi, I'm Hannah Flingblurgen, and I play Cano, a level 10 Canadian Goose Paladin, Oath of the Ancients, and my favorite Halloween candy are Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Hey, agreed. Gabe Greenspan.
Hi, I'm Gabe Greenspan. I play Zygo Coiltail, a true blue Goodrew. Why blue, you say? Because he's a chameleon who's been on the ocean for a while, and his pigment is slowly turning blue.
Dylan McCollum.
Hey everyone, my name is Dylan McCollum. I play fan favorite Nesbit Bisbee. He is an Anteater Swarmkeeper Ranger with a little bit of Warlock in there for fun. And it falls on me every single time, especially with new people, to explain one of the best or worst parts of our universe, because animals are people, bugs are animals. And if you hate the noises of animals, or the sound of animals, bugs, or the image of bugs, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what I was doing when I made this character. And George really ruined my life.
Jackie Emerson.
Hello, I am playing Joey Robbins, the 12-year-old Coyote Rogue, Arcane Trickster, Destruction Cleric. And I'd also like to apologize. I have a Band-Aid on my nose because I hit myself in the face with a tennis racket yesterday in a very in-character move.
Apology not accepted.
Jackie,
botched her
a
athletics
wildly
check.
different person from Joey Robbins.
And finally, let's meet Jon Matteson's character. Jon, who are you playing?
Hello, my name is Jon Matteson. I'm playing a very troubled goose named Knowhere, who was just rescued by this band of adventurers. And my least favorite candy is those circus peanuts.
Yes.
I love those.
You love those?
It's like chewing on marshmallow plastic. I love it.
You know what?
Gross.
That tracks for George. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I understand
great.
you more on a
I
personal
have a
level.
very nostalgic place for those. It's like old
Like you eat it and you're like,
candy.
candy,
That's right.
and your mom's like, no, those are the styrofoam peanuts. Stop it, George, stop.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a George Primavera move. Thanks.
I have like an
Hannah.
old place in my heart for like Werther's Originals.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Those little red, or the little red hard candies that come in like strawberry wrapping, so you know they're strawberry flavored.
Yes.
Oh, those were,
Yeah.
I love
Those-
those.
Do they
The
still
strawberry,
make those?
because they got the
Only
goosh in the
chocolate.
middle.
They got the
Ooh.
goosh.
They got
I-
the little
It's a hard
goosh.
I love that
Surprise
goosh.
I think we can all agree that they
Which is pretty
they
sick.
made those They made,
And then they
like,
stopped making them.
Then they stopped making them, and they have just been in circulation for years.
Since,
So if you
yeah.
find them, it's like little
I've never
candy gold.
seen them in a store.
No,
They're just at
never.
other people's houses.
100%.
Or-
And dentist's office.
Yes.
Which
Dentist's
is
office.
and the
Come
worst
back again.
candy for dentists because it's just
I get
Keeps it in
stuck in
business.
everything.
Yeah.
This is the stream, by the way. This is the
Oh,
only.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
just talking about candy.
All right, everybody get your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
candy book reports out. Yeah.
Does candy exist in the universe? I don't know.
Roll
I
for
don't know either.
strawberry.
I guess
Cockroach suckers.
for sure. Yeah, little
Cockroach
cockroach
suckers?
clusters.
It's like, but oh no, we don't have like meat candy.
You don't have meat candy?
Oh,
We have meat candy.
Moving
I
on.
hate this word.
Veto.
All right.
We had an eventful night last night in the world of this party after finding the goose Knowhere imprisoned aboard a traveling caravan. You all took action, freed him, brought him back to camp, and you noticed that as you were returning, very quickly he was reducing in age before your very eyes. The goose seemed to be tattooed in writing, and apparently had no recollection of previous days. His memory, it seems, resets each day, or so the tattoos on his body tell him. Before he went to bed, he dropped a little bit of a bomb on the party, mentioning that in a prison just off the coast of Fort Donner, which is a very heavily fortified Emporian Navy port. Prison set in the water, very much like Alcatraz or Azkaban, depending on who you ask. Knowhere made mention of a coyote woman who had been especially kind to him, though did not mention any sort of name. One of our party members happens to be a coyote. Jackie Emerson is playing Joey, who has some connection with a mother that she doesn't know where she is right now. So we left Joey pondering that little moment as Knowhere returned at the end of his cycle back into a gleaming white egg, which is now safely within the boat that we find ourselves on, the Colony, captained by, at this moment, Nesbitt Bisbee. And so we pick up as the party meets. Knowhere is currently still a white egg swinging in the vines within the boat, gently swaying back and forth, and Zygo Coiltail, Cano, Joey Robbins, and Nesbitt Bisbee meet on the deck to debrief.
Joey's face is drawn, unusually so. And she's thinking through some things in her head, but she's not really. She's a little wooden right now, which is uncharacteristic.
There were two members of those mage hunters who we left simply sleeping. They will probably wake up soon and try to find help. We should be as far from here as we possibly can before that happens.
Yes. We'll push out. Nesbitt will start getting people together to start pushing out. He's not driving, obviously. Our friend is.
Henry's at the wheel.
Henry?
Yeah, Henry's at the wheel because he's the only one
Yes.
who.
I'll set everything in motion for you.
Henry, let's just push out away.
Very
We
good,
just
sir.
need to get distance.
And Henry, the big polar bear, starts to move the ropes up and down. The sail flumps out gently, and you guys start to drift it into the ocean. Do we just head east out to sea? Do we head north? Do we head south? South would be the direction of the prison. North would be up towards where you actually just came from by those caves, though there is a lot of coastline. East would just bring you out further. Out to the east, there is Masengu, down like sort of southeast, and then there is also the rumored Dena Cruz, out far to the northeast. So that's quite a trip.
I think we'll just start Nesbit doesn't know where else to go, so he'll just say that we're going to start making our way towards Port Sao.
Great.
But
So,
just,
will
slowly...
you be going north?
Yeah, and slowly without haste in many ways, just to kind of, like, not be suspicious.
Not be in the same place at the same time. Sure.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Joey clocks this and kind of tugs on Zygo and says, "Can I talk to you for a second?"
Yes, of course.
Joey kind of motions to the railing of the ship and walks over there.
Zygo will sort of give like a one moment to Nesbit and Kano and head over with Joey. What is it, little one?
You know how sometimes you can do that thing where you know if it's a good thing or a bad thing if you go to a certain place?
I
Or
do.
do a certain thing? Could you just see what happens if we go to Fort Donner?
I would need to take the night to consult the stars, but I can do this for you if you would like.
Thank you.
Of
I
course.
just would like to know if there's anything to know.
Joey, what do you expect to find there?
I don't know. But my mom gave herself up so I could escape. I kind of feel like it's my duty to see if she's okay.
Were you at Fort Donner?
I think she might be.
Zygo, can you roll an insight check for me?
14.
Joey is acting a lot less like a kid,
Yeah.
and she's taller than you now.
Right. I know what family means to you. I will consult the stars, and I will let you know as soon as I can.
It's not that family means a lot to me. But some things are right and some things are wrong. Let me know.
Okay.
And Joey walks away.
Zygo will go to Nesbit.
Yeah, I'm just like standing with Kano. Just right before you come over. So he's an egg again. He's in the nest. I know the way of nature. But Kano, you know the mother in ways that I do not. This is not normal.
George, do you want me to make a religion check or anything? Or do I just know that that's like...
That a creature aging backwards in a day
Is not normal? Yeah, I think that's just basic knowledge that it's not normal. That's right.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if... I don't know.
Yeah. It wouldn't be religion associated, so don't worry
Okay.
about that.
I mean, I can safely say I've never heard of anything like this happening. At least not without some sort of magical influence. What are your thoughts on going back to the prison? Not back, but, you know, going there.
I do not know what we would find there.
Kano nods. Yeah. I know for you and me, personally, it might not. You know, it might not be advantageous, but the more I look at it, we have not one, not two, but 3 people who might benefit from things that we find there. And she will motion to Joey, Sven, and Knowhere.
I think Zygo's probably
Yeah, as
heading back at this point.
Zygo's coming back.
Sven, the little fox boy, is fully asleep on a potato sack.
Nesbit
tracks.
Nesbit looks at all three of them and kind of looks at Kano. I don't know exactly what you mean, but I think I have to disagree. Then, is Joey okay?
She has some concerns about what the young goose said to us. The coyote that he mentioned at the fort. I do not want to tell you how to run your ship, but if we could delay heading north until the morning, perhaps the heavens could give me a little more insight into our situation.
Well, then where do you propose that we go?
East. We head out to sea for as long as we can. Keep away from the coastline.
It just feels dangerous. But I don't understand why we're talking about this. But East is fine for now. I'll just think over to Henry and the boat. East.
Right. He makes the adjustment.
Thank
Nesbit.
you.
You guys swing east.
Nesbit, I did not know if this is something that we should do. Let me be very clear, but I think any advantage that we can get to determine it is worth taking.
I still don't
Besides,
understand.
we do not know what that goose will look like when he awakes in the morning, or what sort of attention he will draw.
No one is telling me why we might be going back to this prison. Everyone is just looking at me like I should know.
That goose has lived its entire existence under the curse that was placed on it by another being.
Right?
That would be a horrific existence,
Yes.
and I don't think I can get rid of that on my own, because there's a powerful pull over it. But more importantly, and she will look at Joey to see if Joey wants to say anything. We've got a potential lead on someone that means a lot to a member of our party.
Joey kind of has walked back by this point and sort of rolls her eyes and then looks at Nesbit and says, I think my mom is in the prison.
Why?
Because of what Knowhere said.
Because there's a coyote in the prison?
The last thing I saw was my mom being dragged away by Boris Niles. I was told that she's not dead. It would make sense that they'd place her as a magic user in the prison.
Did she use magic? Is that the sort of thing that...
Yes.
And if Knowhere remembered her, that means he saw her today.
We are making a very large leap to assume that the coyote that he saw is Joey's mother.
I don't think so.
You don't think it is a large leap?
No.
It is, Grub Child.
If she's alive, which I've been told that she is. Yes, by the Mayfly, but he did know things. If she's alive, that's where she's being kept.
Nesbit kind of just keeps eyeing the meteorite and looks, back into the cabin. This is I don't know if this is a good idea. I feel like we need to ask Knowhere. I feel like we need to ask Sven if Sven is even willing to go back to where he was being kept. There are more people on this boat than us now.
And we all have our own colonies, too. But I do agree that it's worth asking. And until then, I'm going to bed. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
We just need more information. And perhaps the Son of Oz will give us that.
Joey nods curtly and then walks off.
Okay.
If you would like to examine this piece of rock that we found before we get to bed, however, I am happy to look at it with you.
Anna will nod, having completely forgotten about the rock they also got.
The giant hunk of meteorite that's only meant bad things so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everybody pick a check you'd like to make.
Before anything else, Zygo's skin is going to ripple black as it sort of shifts. The outline of a butterfly traces its way across his eyes, and he activates his dragon starry form.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Is it dumb to make an insight check on a rock?
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know. It's up to you.
It's one of my better things besides athletics or persuasion, which are both dumb.
What are you trying to learn about it?
Intentions.
Intentions. It is a rock, but
it's a magic space rock.
Yeah, you might gain an aura from the thing. Maybe not a ton of info, but might give you something.
Okay.
I think Zygo's gonna start, like, perception check to start, and then start running int checks. Like, am I getting an arcana thing? Am I getting a nature thing? Am I getting, like...
Got it.
And George, Nesbit
You guys tell me what you want.
is I don't know what check you want this to be, but Nesbit is going to try to talk to the rock in his mind.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
You can make an arcana check for that.
So that's what he's doing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do an insight check.
Let's go to Nesbit first, trying to talk to the rock with his brain.
15.
You reach out with your mind towards the rock and find nothing. It is a rock. No sentience. No mind to connect to.
Nesbit takes this as a really good sign.
Yeah. Honestly.
Well, I'll say this. It's not talking back, and there have been a lot of things that have talked back to us in very mean ways, so I think that we may be safer than I initially thought.
I am alright with inanimate objects not talking to us. There has been quite a bit of that lately.
Me too. And then he thinks, not you, boat.
The boat
I gotta-
gives you like a feeling like, don't worry about it.
I got a 15 on my insight.
15 on your insight.
My insight on this rock.
It is unlike anything you've ever seen, and staring at it, because there are big chunks of like glittery metal, like fool's gold, jutting out of it, like almost like a silvery but rocky texture to it. It's extremely hard when you reach out and touch it. Doesn't feel overtly evil. It feels like it doesn't. It's just material, but it's unfamiliar and a little bit mystical.
Okay.
25 perception, just as a baseline. Let's see what I
It
see.
smells like something burned from being too cold. It smells like a
Burned from being too
freezer
cold.
burn.
Okay. Could I, based on that, either do a...
And I'll give you one more. It is exceptionally hard, but
Okay.
knowing that how hard it is, when you move to like the jutty, silvery parts, that feels quite malleable.
Cool.
Though not to your finger press, but it in terms of metal, It is
Sure.
not like gold, but it is
Right. But it
bendable.
has a little bit of
Got a
flexibility.
little bit more give.
I guess Nate, does that get like a nature check?
Yeah.
To see if I would know what that.
Sure.
And can I do a religion check also?
Yeah.
That's a dirty 20 nature.
Definitely came from space. Definitely the same kind of rock that you were surrounded by when you walked into the meteorite atop the clay peaks.
And then in terms of what we know the magic of this kind of stone to possess, if any.
You go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Yeah.
And then, but Kano, what was your religion?
17.
17. You're not sure, but you've seen some very fancy drawings in old religious texts with significant weapons, though you can't really remember any names that come to mind, that had like a similar color scheme as this rock does.
Can I try to like break off a little piece of the malleable part?
Sure. Really quick, go ahead and roll an athletics check for me. Gabe, what was your
27 Arcana.
27 Arcana. There is no magic coursing through this, but this metal is absolutely enchantment bearing.
Right, that's what we sort of made the like armor.
Similar to a
and
gem.
Yeah.
This is easily enchantable armor.
That's
25
right.
athletics.
25 athletics clicks right off. You get a little clip of it.
Cool.
Can I make like a how do you use it on a weapons check?
You would need an exceptionally knowledgeable smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Nesbit,
Someone who'd be-
once Nesbit like communed and it didn't talk back, Nesbit just kind of Irish goodbye and just walked away without speaking to you and just went to bed.
Great.
Can
one
I
in
try?
bed.
Can I try testing it against like the tip of a javelin or something? Just like hitting it. I'm kind of curious to see if it like does anything different or like.
Yeah.
Activate
When you
something
hit
or-
it with the javelin, it's sort of hard to tell. After a while, you know that you're making some divots in it, and this malleable piece seems like it bends inward a little bit, but it never breaks and never chips.
Okay. Keno's puzzled, but in a fun way, and we'll probably keep that little.
Okay. Anything
Zygo
else?
will make his way up to the top of the crow's nest, his usual lookout position, and just start communing with the stars. Start communing with the stars as he sort of settles into a long rest.
Okay. And
Kano will turn around and realize that she is by herself, and so she'll waddle back into the cabin. But as she does, she sees Joey's bed, and she'll just kind of think out to the room and just kind of ask that they make the bed like extra comfy, and for like the like the apparition of like a white noise machine, just like something asking her to like give Joey as good of a night's sleep as she can get with like all that's on her mind, considering
just
she probably
like
won't
suddenly,
get
like a gentle fan, her fur starts to move as a very gentle breeze just blows past her.
Joey kind of like, and then cuddles.
Okay.
See,
Everybody
Kano
may
used to
take-
blow on her face when she was sleeping.
Everybody take a long rest.
Yay!
And the next morning,
Yeah.
John,
Yes.
you've woken up before everyone else. In the wee small hours of the morning,
Oh no.
nobody really saw how exactly you came out, but what's it look like just to us privileged few in the audience who get to see it?
Okay, so the egg kind of cracks open as almost as if it's like flaking off, and then coming out is this like almost too large for the egg, but like piece by piece, it's just you see these gray white feathers and like almost a molting, really sick looking bird. And then you can see, if you were watching this, you'd be able to see bits of a bird, except when like a baby bird comes out of a shell, it's poking its way out of the shell. But the only thing you see is kind of this heavy labored breathing come from this curled up old gray and white goose. But still you still see all of the writing that was on it, all of the black writing, very not clearly, but it's all there on top of each other. Am I waking up?
Knowhere, you come to as the vines gently rest you on the floor. The eggshells fall to the floor gently. You lay there for a moment as your body, exceptionally weak, you sort of heave on the wood. And then slowly, as about an hour passes, and the more normal time of waking up starts to come around, you start to feel the strength in your back to sit up, though you're exceptionally achy and tired. And you walk out onto the deck, and you see that a few people have started to wander around on the deck. Who would be up at about 7 in the morning?
Probably Nesbit as well.
I
Right,
think
so-
normally not Joey, but Joey is sitting on the front of the ship, just like looking out. She's
So
getting
one
into
of
like an emo phase.
Zygo's up
Is
top,
what's happening.
casting rituals. Zygo's just been doing rituals from the moment he woke up.
Nesbit, you and Henry have swapped about 10 minutes ago, so Henry is asleep. Cano, you're still taking a nap?
I mean, sure. I guess everyone else is up. It'd be weird if we were all just like, hello, we've been waiting for you, Eggman. So,
And
sure.
Sven is wide awake, but sort of busying himself at the side of the ship because Joey's been acting kind of weird and aloof. And so he's just sort of sitting in the corner by himself, keeping himself busy. Doesn't look sad, but kind of looks bored. And then the door creaks open, and you all see the visage of an ancient-looking goose walk onto the deck.
Zygo will think down to Nesbit. Does somebody want to handle this, perhaps?
Sven's face.
Nesbit calls for, just like kind of rushes up to him, very slowly and just goes, hello? Hi, I don't know how to do this. You're okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're great. You're okay. You're on my boat.
How did I get here?
You were in a prison, and then you weren't, because we took you. We didn't write this down. But you're okay.
Would I be able to, can I roll for insight to see if I notice anything written on me?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, great. I got a 21.
Looking down, you start to, at Nesbit pointing it out, you start to see all of this upside down writing on your stomach, especially, so you're able to read it.
Oh,
And you just start
okay.
going over all of these notes that seem very confusing and out of context, and then all of a sudden you look to your left forearm, and it explains, like, the basic bare bones of what's going on in, like, 3 sentences.
Oh.
And you instantly trust the writing and recognize it as your own.
I'm so sorry
No, don't. You're
to
fine.
put this burden on you.
Oh, no. If anything, we put burden on you. You were a lot to be around ourselves.
What's your name?
Oh, right. Right. We're new, so I'm Nesbit.
Okay, I'll immediately start writing this with the quill that seems to be like a part of me. on my arm where I have the other main notes, so it's the most recent writing.
So underneath that main note that describes that Knowhere is living every day anew and aging backwards with no memory of the days previous, you start writing names to trust.
And I'll just say every time I learn a name, I'll put, oh, really quick, are there any other names to trust?
Yeah, there are. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Roll an insight check again.
Good fucking call.
Whoa.
14.
Okay, wow.
Wheeling?
So, you can write these names
Wow.
down, John.
Okay.
Or put them on. Everybody else can write them down for you also, if they want to keep track of these names. Up to you.
No, I can do it.
Okay. The names are as follows.
Okay.
Where's my notes? Wow, this is kooky.
Oh man.
Okay. First one is one and it's crossed out.
Can I read it?
It's the name Nil. Nill.
Oh, shut.
It's crazy.
The next name is Theoden.
King. Sorry,
That's not crossed out?
That's not crossed off.
that was purely instinct.
And then there are two more.
Do that fucking doctors.
And what are they?
Zell. Zelle.
Okay.
And Mara. Mara.
You stinky bastard.
Okay.
Fuck.
So
Only Jackie knows what
After-
that means.
Yeah.
after Nesbit introduces himself, I will ask him, are any of you Theoden or Zell or Mara?
I'm not quite sure. I didn't get a lot of the frogs' names, and Nesbit will start like just shouting into the. Nesbit will just start shouting into the cabin, like shouting out loud. Do we have a Theoden or a Zell or who was it?
Mara.
Mara? Does anyone know a Mara or a Zell or a Theoden?
Is anybody named Theoden?
Can I
Anybody
hear
named
this?
Theoden?
I am shouting it.
Yeah, this is like across the boat, I think.
Okay, at the name Mara,
named
Joey
Mara.
like Jolt.
Frogs are just keep going.
What was the last one we forgot?
Oh, it was Zell.
Zell.
I'm not so.
No Zell.
Okay, later tonight I'm gonna learn all of your names, all right? And then I just say, thank you for being so prompt. Sorry if I woke you. Go back to sleep.
30 of them.
There's like
I'm going to take a nap too.
Joey has run over at this point and hears him say, "No, you can't take that. You can't take that."
oh, it's okay. It's okay. This is a friend, of a good friend, kind friend. Joey, introduce yourself.
Joey, I didn't really need to say that because you already said it for me.
Whoa.
I just can't.
12-year-olds, man.
Could I just? I'm so sorry. Did you say the name Mara?
Yes, it's someone I can trust.
Do you know when you wrote that?
Can I tell when I wrote it by looking at the writing?
It all looks the
Also,
same.
is there any chance?
It's higher up on the list. I will tell you that.
Okay, any chance? I know this is in out of character role playing, but is there any chance, Mara? Is there any chance there's some different handwriting on my body that's not me?
Roll an insight check.
That's really interesting.
We're just gonna say Kano's up and has now joined.
After I screamed.
Zygo's in the crow's nest,
Uh,
consulting with the stars, baby.
6.
6. Not that you can find.
Okay.
Do you remember
I-
anything about her?
No.
Come on, think.
I
Just
know-
think. Can you remember anything?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I wrote down.
Damn it.
And I start frantically looking all over my body for any notes on Mara.
Joey strip searches.
Roll a
Nowhere.
perception check.
I don't think I guess I'm wearing like a light tone tunic. 16.
Nothing.
Okay.
Had to check. No notes on Mara.
I know that she took care of me, that she was someone who was kind to me, and I trusted her name enough to write her name down, but that's all I know.
I'm sorry. I'm glad she took care of someone. And then Joey kind of motions to Kano and walks off.
Kano tracks where Joey's going, but really quick, she's going to come over to Knowhere, and she has brought with her some breakfast. Hi, Knowhere. My name's Kano. We met yesterday. This is our boat.
I immediately write the name down. Okay, and I write that down too, that it's her boat. This is your boat?
No, it's not mine. Technically, it's his boat,
Well, it's in writing.
Oh,
but
I like cross.
that thing doesn't
This
have an
is
eraser,
very
does
permanent.
Oh,
You can see that Nesbit doesn't care one way or the other. He's like, didn't
it? You know,
phase
you
him.
can draw an arrow up to Nesbit from the word boat, although that
I
might...
don't have a lot of room.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, here's some breakfast for you. You're probably feeling a little scared, but don't worry. Take a moment, get familiar with yourself. You're in no danger here or anything. We're all here to help you. So just get used to it, and maybe we can have a conversation later with other people if you want to get to know people more.
I feel really relieved, and I think my breathing gets a little bit easier. And I'll take the breakfast and I'll smile. And I'll say, "Thank you."
Oh,
and
you're welcome.
Then
I don't
look
know
for
if
a
it's
place
any
to
good.
sit.
I just asked for the breakfast inside. So that's whatever the tree magic people inside came up with. So let me know how you like it.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Is it good?
bad.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
It's
good.
sustaining. It's like a bland granola.
That's great because I'm really old and this is actually good.
And you're
Some
a
things that are
goose.
You're
cheap.
in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
A lot of good
nice.
things for a goose. An old goose.
This is Brent. Is there a place I can sit nearby?
Yeah, there should be like a.
I'm
box
just gonna
with
sit.
crates.
I'm gonna sit on a bench or a log or a stump
it, I'm
or whatever
sitting.
is there, not the floor.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
some places to sit. I'm gonna be sitting.
Yeah, if
I'm
we are
eating.
inside the TARDIS room, it's a giant forest. You can sit anywhere. If we're outside, there's a box on the deck.
Yeah.
Great. I sit on a box
Yeah,
and
yeah, cool.
chew and yum 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 yum. And I'm just after I finish, I'm just gonna look over, trying to learn as much as I can because I'm a little embarrassed because I'm clearly around friends, and I'm gonna try to learn as much as I can to catch up by just
Okay.
reading what's on my body.
So you'll take a couple of minutes to go look over your body. Sven very helpfully walks up to you with a mirror.
Oh, and then okay, so I guess I'll look at the mirror and take in how old I am and just sort of gather myself, and try to compose myself a little bit so I'm not so I don't feel around friends. Am I shocked by anything I see? I don't think I would be if I
Sven
wrote
is
it down.
gesturing to you for you to look on your back. and you see scores of
what do I see?
tally marks on your back.
Have I ever seen those before?
You've never seen them today.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I would look at those and try to understand how old I am, or whether those mean years or months or days, and see if. Can I roll another insight check?
Yes, do another insight check. Absolutely.
This is an interesting thing to roleplay. All right. How much do I know? 15.
Probably a shorter period of time.
Okay.
Looks like
So
they're
I
all
was-
pretty close together.
How many do I see?
You count more than a few hundred.
It was like 400 something last time, right? I think we.
Yeah. It was like
Sorry, really quick. Can I have no bonus to history, but I just had an idea and I kind of want to follow it up. Can I make a history check to see if I remember reading or seeing or hearing about anything, any weird magical stuff that was happening about a year and a half ago?
Sure.
Oh,
16.
So there are large raids held, like performed by elite forces of blackjack soldiers that take vast gatherings of mages and arrest them en masse. It's what happened to your friends in the Crest Cliffs years ago, Cano. It is not unlikely that if he went to the prison in Fort Donner, he was taken in one of those raids.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks.
I just remember, and I'm gonna examine the sand that's around my neck, and try to examine my notes to see. And then I remember that I'm sort of looking to see where this sand might come from, and I
Make a
remember. Well, I don't
perception
really
check
remember
first.
that, but I must
Do-
understand. Okay.
Perception first, and then we'll follow it up with something else, depending.
6.
6. Okay, so you're gonna make a religion check for me.
Okay.
That's some
Oh,
sand.
Look at the sand. Sure looks like
Isn't it
sand.
neat?
Is this sand?
This is
13.
13. While it doesn't look much more than ordinary sand, it's multicolored, for one thing, which is interesting to you. Sort of sparkles, and you
Okay.
feel a deep connection with it around your neck, almost as though, while it can come off of you, you definitely would never want it to.
Okay.
You feel bonded to it. You even feel like when you gaze into it long enough, like you could just like go inside there.
Do I feel a little Gollum-y about it?
A little, not in a poisonous way, but in a protective
Okay.
way.
Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna hold it up to the light and watch it
Anybody else want to make a check on it?
shimmer.
I do
Zago's-
later. I want to do so much later, but I'm over with Joey.
Okay, what's happening over there with Joey?
Wait, did we want to do Zygo's checks and
Oh,
stuff
yeah, let's
first?
go up in Zygo and do Zygo up in the crow's nest. Absolutely.
Rituals. So, Zygo, first things first, daily ritual of casting water breathing on the 10 people he cares about most. So, it'll be him, the 4 here, Sven, Henry, and whoever else in the crew.
Curly.
we have.
Curly.
Curly.
If you don't pick Curly.
Curly. The sloth, I guess.
stick my whole into the water.
Distinctly not. Distinctly not tick and talk.
Not to talk.
like talk.
Or
Not
one
tick
of
and
them.
talk. Not tick and talk.
Maybe like
not
one
Charlie.
and not the other, yeah.
Talking
Yeah.
above the water.
Let me be clear, not Charlie.
Yeah,
and
not
if
Charlie.
either of the zebras, maybe just one of them.
Yeah.
So great.
Oh, Tick!
Not Charlie.
No, fuck.
Stick your head under the water.
Sven, did you say Sven?
Hold him
Yeah,
above
he's a-
Sven, yes.
It was you, Doc.
Jesus Christ, what a nightmare. He will then have sort of laid out his notebooks and star charts and whatnot and be consulting with the stars. Grandfather, if it is you, if it is the sister, or even the mother, whoever is up there endearing me. I need to know if what we are trying to do today is right or not.
What are
Please
you
guide
trying
my
to do
health.
today?
I promised Joey I would see what Fort Dahmer, what going to Fort Dahmer would produce. If we were to go to Fort Dahmer, and he's
Okay.
casting augury for real woe, wheel and woe, or neither.
Dom and
Okay.
Dom.
As soon as you do, as it, you sort of focus your mind, feel your consciousness rise up and disperse, and you return to yourself. You have a sinking feeling in the bottom of your heart. You get whoa.
Oof. Okay. And I guess final thing will be he would have the previous night sort of summoned his pseudo butterfly as the stars sort of came down. Though
Okay, we'll flash back for a moment, back to
Great.
the evening prior.
just sort of sitting in the crow's nest, feeling the sort of emptiness of the ocean, called up to the stars, the patron of the stars, and sort of brought that butterfly back down into his aid.
When you do that, it seems to come out of the constellation of the butterfly that is in the sky. You're staring at it for a moment, and then all of a sudden, and it's small enough to land on your hand.
Fucking cool. I'd love to then flavor this as, if this is possible, as Zygo has sort of been consulting the heavens or the whatevers about augury and what he is, the plans for the day or so. Could the butterfly have sort of like formed a chrysalis as Zygo is going to change what kind of Pact of the Chain summons he calls forth today?
The chrysalis is bubbling, but it summons up to your will, but it's amorphous and constantly moving.
Insane. And Zygo would like to exchange this pseudo-dragon for a sprite or whatever that is in this world.
Okay. So you reach out with your mind. This is such a fucking huge drop. That's so fun. You feel a connection to a little bit to the ethereal plane, which you have stepped out on many a time, but there's something beyond the ethereal plane as you meditate on it and you focus on this bubbling chrysalis. And soon, as the thing dissolves away, what's left floating in the air, a little iridescent, as it pulses with a bioluminescent glow. It's a little mushroom.
Oh, George, that's so cool. Oh, that's so cool.
It stares at you with very tiny little black eyes, no pupils or nothing, and opens a tiny little mouth. In a yawn.
Oh my god. Is it kind of like in Princess Mononoke, the little spirits?
Good morning, little one. It seems for some reason you are the one that I need today.
You don't understand this language,
Nope.
if that's what it is, at
Yep.
all.
Alright, well, hopefully you can understand me. I will try to take care of you as best I can.
It swirls around you,
Amazing.
and then rests like kind of on your shoulder, and as it goes still, there's just like a little bit of a small rooting that takes place on your shoulder, and a very ordinary looking mushroom is just like sitting on your shoulder like it's growing out of you.
Fucking cool.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
Okay, dope.
It's Toad.
Flashing forward to the morning,
Woo!
Zygo is standing in the crow's nest with a little mushroom on his shoulder.
Oh my god.
Zygo will come down from up top and head towards Joey.
Whew.
And Kano is there as well, right? Oh, good morning.
It's her. I know for sure we have to go.
Joey, I did what you asked. The Evans were very decisive in what they were saying. There was only sadness and misery that awaits us if we go in that direction.
No.
Ill will, bad fortune.
No. No, I made my decision. I want to go. This is what we're going to do.
Joey, why did you ask him if you didn't want to hear the answer?
I didn't know that.
But we know
I didn't.
now.
I didn't know that. We know now.
How do we
Michelle.
know? How can you be so sure?
Because her name was written on his arm.
Joey, I'm so sorry. I truly am. If Zygo's saying it would only be bad, you might find your mum there, but it's not going to be your mum.
But his arm said that we could trust her.
Can I be eavesdropping to all of this?
Absolutely.
Because I feel really guilty about the last interaction and how I behaved.
The goose kind of creeps up behind all of you guys in the huddle. Now looking just a little less on the edge of death.
I'm so sorry that I did not have any more information. But I was spending the morning trying to understand what I know, and I think I have a spell that could help.
What?
I think I think I may have a spell that could possibly help you communicate with her tonight.
Holy shit.
I know a spell that's called Dream that maybe tonight you could communicate with her.
Shit.
Oh,
Didn't
shit.
expect that spell.
I thought like sending or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, that's so much cooler.
Whoa, dude.
And would that be like actually communicating to the other person, or would it be like
You
a
would-
vision?
You would appear. It would have to be while your, I guess, think your mother is asleep. You would appear in her dreams, and you could shape the dream in whatever way you wanted, and it could end when you wanted it to end.
Thank you. Joey goes and wraps him in a hug. And I'm also really sorry for how I acted before. I shouldn't have. That was.
It's okay. I also acted foolishly. I don't. I think I've spent a very long time in isolation, but I don't have a lot of friends, I think.
It's okay.
But I'd love to add your name to my arm.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Joey. I'll just write her name. And I'll write everything I know from even if it means writing over something else, I'll write everything I know about all of them.
Great.
Up to this point.
And I'm Zachal. We have not met. Also, Ear, be able to breathe underwater. This is for you.
Being on a ship, that would be very good. And I don't know if I know how to swim. So that's...
You're a bird. We
Thank
float.
you. I really appreciate it.
Let us hope that we do not need to find out. It is very nice to meet
That's
you.
right. That's right.
Oh, you got
That's
the
right,
spell too? Do you want to talk to me underwater? If you do it to someone...
I'll
But if
put
you
my
talk
head
underwater at
underwater.
the same time, then you're gonna...
Can I stick my head underwater?
Yeah.
Do you hear what he's saying? Okay,
You can hear
Kano.
If you're underwater at the same time, then you can speak underwater. Oh, hey!
Wow!
Oh,
I didn't think
Look
this
at
would
that.
work.
Guys, Kano was under the water, but we're having a conversation. Hey, Kano!
Hey, Curly, how are all your pillows?
Oh, they're good. They're comfy.
Oh,
I fell
that's
asleep
nice.
in like 2 seconds last night.
Oh, I bet. It's nice and comfy in there. Wow, this is
Yeah.
bizarre. Did you see that fish?
Yeah. No, I didn't see it. I don't know why I lied.
Curly, you don't have to lie around me.
Yeah, I just felt like the pressure to be like, yes, so we could have shared a moment, but I didn't see
That's
it.
cool. You could pretend to see one now if you want.
Wait! He badly fakes it. Oh, wow, look! Did you see that one?
Yeah, it was
What's
really.
happening up top? I've been really distracted with this.
Speaking
Have
of
you
which,
been doing this the whole time? We've been
Speaking
talking?
of which...
Zygo's gonna go
Up
talk
top.
to Nesbit.
Great.
She says that it is definitely our mother. However, the heavens seem to predict that there is only ill fortune should we move that way.
She is going to get herself killed. You know that, right?
I do.
And Sven is devoted to her. You can tell.
Yes, he is.
Even if he does not wish to go,
He will.
he will not say it to her. There is nothing I want more than to help her. But if I promised a whole tribe of people's safety and then sail them straight into a prison from which they were already running, I will have broken every promise that I made.
Nesbit, I know this is not a position that you chose. But you are my captain, and I will do whatever you say is right.
I'm not a captain, Zygo. The boat just listens to me.
Nesbit, I believe that you have more power than you believe that you do. Captain or not, I have learned to trust your word over just about everyone else's. Even the heavens.
I have an idea It's a bad one. And we still don't know enough. But once I ask the question, it may change things. Nesbit is just going to think over and call Sven to him. Sven, I know that it's hard for you to remember sometimes. When you were there, could you... And Nesbit will just prestidigitation, just like some sparks. Could you do anything? You couldn't. Others could? Sven, do you remember what it looked like in there? Enough to paint it? Sven, do you think that would work? What was the hesitation? You don't want to go? You'd be going into a prison cell? Oh.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Zygo's here too. Can I... If he fails
it's
can I try?
fine.
Oh, you're good.
I mean, you can if you want, because my insight's not the best, but that is a 21.
He is trying to explain to you that he would not be able to teleport you into his cell because there would be no magic available to use in there, but he would have to teleport you out into like a hallway.
Right into the middle of public.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And Sven, if you're not in a cell and you had a different painting, could you get back? Nesbit kind of puts his head in his hands. Okay. This will take time. Okay.
There are good portions of land between here and the fort if we wanted to drop our cargo such that it is.
Okay. And we have a map of it. So. Thank you, Sven, and I'm sorry. All right.
He gives you a look like, that's what I've decided I'm here for.
And Sven, and as Nesbit kind of knew.
As the 7-year-old walks away.
Yeah.
The 7 or 10,000
10,000-year-old? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nesbit's going to just call over everyone. Let's say,
Henry Vandergelder walks over as a representative for the rest of the crew as they go about their business. Have we decided on a course of action?
We will soon. I think...
We're just sort of lazily drifting eastward right now. I'm afeard of pirates in these waters.
Me too. I think we can... I think we can start heading... What do we... And Nesbit, I'm just going to ask George, do we have things that are, like, to be painted on? Like a canvas or a sheet or something like that? Or do we not?
At the moment, no.
I don't know. Okay.
Zygo has notebooks.
It's going to be much bigger than that for us. Let me just pull up the map for a second. Like, Nesbit will pull up the map as well. Like, actually, so we're heading to Port Sao.
Up in the northwest corner, that's right. Of this continent.
So Port Sao is...
It's probably about a week's if you're.
Well, it's on
booking
the other end of, because we were in this little cove here on Key East. It's on like the other side, right?
Yes, on the full
We'd
other
have to go
side
all
of
the
the
way
whole continent.
around Key East.
But Greywater.
Oh, we'd have to go all the way around the continent.
Yes.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah.
to Port Sao, right?
But so there is like a place like Greywater Harbor, but that's where we just because we came from Key East, not the Emerald Coast.
Keys, yeah.
You came from Key East, that's right.
We're
So
just
there's-
kind of going towards Denacruz at this
So this point, but we can also
Yeah.
go to like Greywater Harbor or Stillborough. Essentially, Nesbitt is like, we need supplies.
Well, Stillborough is like way inland and underground also.
So
Roll a history check.
No, it is. You've told us.
Does Kano know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stillborough's underground, so it's. I mean, it's fine, but we'd have to leave the boat and travel a considerable amount inland.
Nesbitt will just say like what he's thinking. Just all right. So, Joey, I do not know if I can commit the colony to going towards that area. I feel as though it will be heavily guarded with cannons and other ships, and we will not be able to outrun everything. However, we could get close enough, just in case, but if we had a large enough canvas, a large enough thing to paint on,
What about the floor of the ship?
the floor could work one way. I'm thinking about a return trip home.
Did you try asking the trees?
If they could
Canvas
make me
is a
something,
natural. Canvas is a natural material.
I hadn't thought of it, but I try not to ask too much of them, but I can ask.
We do ask quite a bit of those trees.
But it's true, it just has to be able to... Anyway. Nesbitt will contact the trees. Hey!
You call upon us, Captain.
Can you make canvas? Or something to be painted on that's portable?
We cannot do this for you.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
That which would make us other than our true selves is sacrilege for us.
Okay. No.
I said, what about the floor on the upper deck? There's a big patch that people don't walk over.
And
I walk over it.
that's when Nesbitt is just going to say, well, we could. That would get us in. I think we can all understand that that's what I'm saying, is that we could go back into the prison. Anyone who wants to go, not everyone has to.
Nesbit, if you want.
What?
Wait, Sven?
What's he saying? Sven? Oh, Jesus. You can get there and back? How?
The ceiling.
But doesn't it stay open for only a short amount of time?
But we've got the crystals.
You could paint it
Roll
on
an
the wall.
insight check.
Okay. Just because I know that paintings this large take like a whole day for him.
28.
Yeah, I didn't get enough.
28. He's trying to tell you that as long as he paints what he is seeing looking up from the ship's deck, he can get you back onto the deck. He just has to paint the mast for it to be the correct location.
But wouldn't that be a long time? Wouldn't it take you a while? This would be very... Why don't we wait until I do the thing tonight to decide?
Okay. I just wanted to see if we had to go get materials, and if so, we would set a course.
Thanks.
For the harbor.
Quick question. How
No.
does this... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go, please.
I was just wondering, as someone who's... I don't know if Knowhere would understand this kind of magic or not, but what I think I would be curious enough to ask, what are you talking about doing?
And Nesbitt will just kind of explain quickly. he can paint, and wherever he paints, we can go.
Do we need to take this map with us?
Your map?
The map that he's talking about painting.
It would not be a map. It would be a room,
More of a picture.
a location.
Yeah, in many
So-
ways, you are the map.
Oh. I suppose I'm... The reason it needs to be on a canvas is because it needs to be two ways, but we need to bring it with us or roll it up and bring it with us to...
That's what. Yeah, I'll just say like that's what Nesbitt is thinking. Is that like if you take a portable version of it, you could kind of get in and out quicker because you
I
could
see.
make you could pre-paint it almost
Pre-paint
to
it.
completion.
Either or, that would be good for us to have regardless,
Yeah.
Fair.
right?
It is
Okay.
possible, but the thing is, we are so unlearned with these crystals. We don't know how to make the portals open longer anyway.
Right.
So Nesbitt will
Sven,
just kind of
Right now, how long can you keep this open for? Something of this nature. 1 minute?
It's not enough. So for now, I'm going to, since you have to do something tonight anyway, Joey, we're going to go to the harbor to get some supplies and maybe let some people off. Is
What
that
harbor are
okay?
you going to?
Wasn't it Greywater Harbor?
Greywater's
That's
north.
way up north, and it's going to be a couple days.
It
Okay.
seems like, George, it seems like if we're trying to get to Port Saar in general, we could go north around the tip or south around the tip, right?
Mhm.
So if we're headed towards Fort Dahmer, it doesn't necessarily mean we're not headed towards Port Saar.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Is there knowledge about which one of those routes is safer?
Roll history check.
I was gonna say
I don't know.
Zygo's
I would know
been
this,
on
but-
this, but Zygo's been on the seas for a while. Is there any way he could try and roll this
Very
Sure.
appropriately, I rolled a 3.
Okay,
Oh.
no idea, Joey. Go ahead, Zygo.
one? 22.
South tends to be a little more populated. Whether that means safer is not necessarily one or the other. The waters to the north are much more volatile, potentially creature-filled and pirate-infested, though more spread out. So the chances of you running into something are lesser if you go north, much greater if you go south, but the chances of blending in and being inconspicuous are greater if you travel south.
Gotcha.
Though you might encounter more soldier presence.
Zygo
But-
will communicate that to the ship.
But either way, we're for sure a couple of days away from either one because we're like right in the middle, right?
Yes, you are right in the
Yeah.
middle.
So either way, it's either take a couple days to sail to there, or take a couple days get supplies and then use those supplies to get there. It's either, you know,
Well, what do we
Yeah.
know the distance on Sven's teleport?
he can go to the moon.
So we could, so honestly, we could sail in any direction.
Yeah.
If he can bamf us in there, we could sail fucking anywhere and bamf.
Yeah.
That's
Wherever,
that's
right?
what I was thinking.
Okay.
Do you guys want to try to make canvas?
Oh Jesus.
Could it be on a slate?
Sure.
Like a
Thing is-
large sheet of stone or something?
Absolutely.
It'll be very heavy though.
It would be also if
No,
we
we
are
need
going
the canvas
fetch
to take
a
it with
price
us.
for the stone that we are looking at right now. That is probably better used for, coin.
Joey goes, "What if we wove it out of fur?" And then pulls like a little chunk of her hair out. Ow.
Jesus,
All right.
Sven also.
hogs alive.
No,
Please
no.
stop doing that.
Could you draw it on my back and use me? Is that big enough?
I don't.
No, you wouldn't be able to get through it then.
Also, I do not know if we'll be able to get back. I think a piece of canvas is probably our right move. I just think it is a matter of if no matter where we are, we can reach this fort. Then it is simply a matter of which direction we want
Yes,
to go.
Sven.
Yes,
What's up,
Sven?
Sven?
He's pointing towards the forest.
What about the forest?
trees.
We could weave together,
Weave
Candace.
branches. Good idea.
That would be returning right to the place where we fled yesterday.
No.
We
You
can go a
guys
little.
are several feet up the coast now. It would actually be several miles away.
Gotcha.
So you're meaning that we go to the... You mean the forest in my ship or the forest in the real world? You mean
In the
forest
real world.
In the real world, okay.
Hmm.
Well, we have to wait a day anyway. And we shouldn't be going back to where we were.
Okay.
So let's just make port. Maybe
You
let
guys-
maybe, and as we said, we didn't actually hire the crew out fully. And they may not want to be going this way anyway. So we can let them off there as well if they need to.
Very good. I assume you are keeping me on, yes?
Yes, we need you.
Right. Well, from the rest, you may take your pick.
We'll get to it once we get
Just,
there.
just one zebra.
Bigger fish to fry.
All right, is everyone okay with this?
What
As of
is
right-
this? Where are we
As of
going?
right now, we are simply going back to the show. There was
Well,
no problem there.
I thought we were going to the harbor.
Sure.
See, that
Yeah.
I think that was it.
That's what I meant. We're going up to 2 days away.
To
or something like that.
Greywater Harbor.
To Greywater Harbor.
Oh, to
So you
Greywater.
guys
Harbor.
What-
would
wait.
begin...
I don't want to go back towards where we just were, because we are running
Yeah.
from them. So
Gotcha.
we're going
so we're
away.
going north. Zygo will say once again that pirates and monsters, but if we feel confident, you have not let us down so far.
Charlie, what do you think? Joey turns to the sea slugs facetiously.
on his belly.
Yeah, Nesbit just kind of very curt in some ways. Just says, I have already made the decision and made the concession that we are going to do something that is hellaciously stupid and dangerous, and I would rather deal with pirates and monsters than what we are actually going to be doing. But this is what I'm doing as a compromise. So we're going to Greywater Harbor. And he thinks down to the ship and just says, Greywater Harbor.
Yes,
Begins
Captain.
to take off a bit faster.
Zygo's
Joey
up to the crow's
looks
nest.
at Joey looks at Canna with like wide eyes, like
I'm gonna steal a little something, though slightly modified, from our good friend Adam Rice Carlson.
Ooh.
Everybody roll a d12 for me.
oh
Everyone?
man.
D12?
Everybody roll a d12, including Knowhere.
Hi.
Tell me what you get.
12.
12.
9.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Whew. Knowhere and Joey, you guys find yourselves together at some point around midday. It's a boring sail up north. That the massive fog has disappeared. You're now seeing like the coastline along the north quite clearly. Both of you two, please make a perception check.
Oh, this is a good one. 26.
A 13.
26 will do it. All right. Joey, there is something truly massive that quite deep moves under your ship, and nobody else feels it, but you are really focused in, dialed in, your coyote ears pricking up at even the slightest fly that whips by your head. You feel it almost like it's an earthquake. The water shifts underneath you as if displaced. Your boat rocks just a little harder for a moment, and then a dark shadow, very dim, barely visible, travels past your ship, moving underneath it. It's long and quite wide, but much longer than it is wide.
Do I feel like there's any malicious or malevolent presence?
Roll an insight check.
Well, that wasn't as good. That's a 12.
You do not know. You just feel massive, imposing presence. and it seems to be moving away from the boat.
Joey looks at Knowhere. Did you feel that?
No. What did you feel?
I don't know, but we're in someone else's waters.
I look over the lip of the ship and
Just from atop
said-
the water, looking down.
yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage for me.
7.
7. You don't even see the shadow. You don't know what she's talking about.
I don't see anything. Maybe if you're concerned, maybe we can go talk to someone.
Oh, I feel like it's moving away. It's just interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm hypersensitive right now.
No. I mean,
I
you're
don't know
probably
what's-
are you nervous?
But it's just weird. I keep getting emotional.
Oh my god! Did you guys see that? Curly comes running up to you guys.
Yes, I felt it. I knew I wasn't crazy.
I had my head looking. My head was over the side. I was
What did
looking
you
down into
see?
the boat.
Of course.
It was so big. I never seen
What?
nothing like that.
Was it a fish?
Something like that. Yeah, I think so. But it was so big. And it was yelling, but like low.
Are there are there whales in this world? Are they things that we would be aware of?
Roll a history check.
Oh, interesting. Oh, this is a good one. 22.
Wow.
Joey, your mother used to tell you stories about whales. Whales, a unique blend between mammalian folk and gillish folk, are known to grow to massive proportions, possess untold knowledge, and to see one is either considered extremely good luck or deeply bad luck.
Do you think we could can I try to talk to it?
I didn't try. I'm not yelling at something that's yelling at me from 100 feet down in the water. I'm just a little guy.
Can Joey go stick her head in the water and see if she sees anything?
You've dark vision, right?
Yeah,
Roll a
lots of it.
perception check.
Lots of it.
Lots of it.
17.
It's really far away. But that tail that you used to see in children's storybooks is making its way a little further away through the water. And sure enough, you start to hear something as you strain your ears.
Joey just kind of says into the water, not expecting it to hear her. Thanks for visiting. I'm Joey.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh no. I didn't think it was going to hear me. Oh, this is great, you guys. This is really good.
I think it just needed to not be a botch. If
Yeah.
it
It's
was-
28. I have a
Yeah.
That's great.
wait, yeah, I have plus 11. That's exciting. Cool.
Just the name Robbins. Make an Arcana check.
What? Oh, that wasn't as good. 11.
You feel something enter your body, but there is a calling song that is so loud that it forces your head from the water with how loud it is.
What?
And you feel a warmth in your chest. You have been given the Beluga's Boon.
Yay!
Fucking
Oh
what?
my god.
So the way this is going to work,
The Belugas.
Is it just that
boom.
Joey gets to yell at everyone?
you have roll a d6 for me, Joey.
Got a 6! Very
6?
natural.
Nat 6. You have 6 luck points that do not regenerate,
Oh.
Oh, man.
but you have been given the good luck after having caught a glimpse of what are basically the giants of this world.
Wow.
Fucking
So
cool.
dope.
That's
6 luck
so
points.
cool.
They do not regenerate,
The giants.
so as you use them, they're gone.
And how do they work
We're
again?
just finding these.
Like a
ones.
regular luck point.
You roll crappy, you can
Yeah,
re-roll.
so if you roll, yeah, you can re-roll. And
Okay.
Like if it's a
You can only
bad
use
botch.
one per time that you use one. You can't keep using
It's,
luck points.
yeah, a d20 roll.
Yeah,
So
and
it
you
can't be like
choose
a
the
damage
one-
roll or whatever.
But I will say that a fun little loophole that not everyone uses, that I think it's fun, is that if you're rolling with disadvantage, you can roll luck, and because you're allowed to pick any of the 3 dice, you can pick any of them,
It's
even
like
if you roll
triple
with
advantage.
disadvantage. Yeah,
A disadvantage roll is triple advantage when
if
you're
you want it
lucky.
to be. Yeah.
Wait,
So, like, you know how in disadvantage you have to pick the lower? If you use luck, you can pick whichever one you want out of the
That's
3.
really cool.
It's very fun.
Okay.
Okay, that's awesome.
The night comes. Knowhere, what have you been doing as we find you on the boat, literally just aging from 30 to 20? Slowly, as the sun is in a bright red, orange, and yellow resplendent sunset, you're feeling the freshness of your bones. This is the best you feel all day. This is the best you felt in your entire life.
I think I'd like go for a fly around the ship.
You do. You stretch your wings. You start dipping in and out of the current. It's actually kind of incredible. What do you do as you fly around?
I would probably see how far high up I can go
Up you go.
before I have to turn back. I think I have like 30 feet flying.
Knowhere, yeah, it's 40 feet of flying for geese. That's right. So
Yeah.
you take off into the sky. You start rising into the clouds, and you feel amidst the yellow golden sky an enormous amount of tranquility as the sound of the waves and the boat fade away, and there's only just a gentle breeze. And then even that sort of fades as you find like the stillness of this warm day. The sun is just behind an especially thick cloud, so it's just making this one big cloud in the sky outlined in gold that is providing the sun and the light for the rest of the ocean. The cliffs to your west, accented with ocean spray. A mist.
I think I would just.
forming.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. Please.
I think I would just like feel this immense warmth and finally feeling like alive and live like just in the moment and just honk like as loud as I can out in the sky.
Yes!
Honk, honk, honk. And then just like cheering, finally feeling like at peace. And even though my memories are only what I feel today, just like really breathing that in and trying to keep it with me for as long as possible before I head back down.
and eventually gliding gently back onto the deck. You do. The sun is getting about halfway below the ocean's horizon at this point. Knowhere is solidly 16, 15 years old.
Before I get too young, I'd want to find Joey and let her know and cast the spell on her and let her know how the spell works before I get too young and then I can't cast spells anymore.
All right. Everybody gathers up around the deck as Knowhere starts to grab everybody's attention, knowing that time is running quite short.
The clothes, I'm like swimming in the clothes. All right, here's how it works. All right. So the spell's called Dream. I'm just going to read it.
Why don't you read the
So
spell?
this
Yeah,
is
why
what.
not?
So the spell shapes a creature's dreams. I choose a creature known to me as the target of the spell because I know the creature's name. The target must be on the same plane of existence as me. Creatures that don't sleep can't be contacted by the spell. You or a willing creature I touch enters a trance state, acting as a messenger. This doesn't require concentration.
Nope.
While in the trance, the messenger, Joey, isn't aware of his or her surroundings, but can't take any actions or move. If the target is asleep, the messenger appears in the target's dreams and can converse with the target as long as it remains asleep throughout the duration of the spell. The messenger can also shape the environment of the dream, creating landscapes, objects, and other images. The messenger can emerge from the trance at any time, ending the effect of the spell early. The target recalls the dream perfectly upon waking. If the target is awake when you cast the spell, as I'm going to cast it early, this messenger knows it and can either end the trance or wait for the target to fall asleep, at which point the messenger enters the dreams.
Automatically when the character is asleep?
Yeah. It's like
So cool.
the spell lasts 8 hours, so it can you can just put it on someone, and the second it's almost like a ping. Time to go into the dream, and then you just go into it.
So even if I go and become a little baby and go into an egg, Joey can stay up all night and do whatever she
Are
wants.
you going to cast that on Joey?
Yeah, I'll do it now if everyone is ready, unless Joey has any questions. Do you have any questions? Did I explain it okay?
Yeah, this sounds great. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me.
Good luck. I'm gonna take a little bit of sand, and I'll take my quill from. I assume there's some. I hope there's some sand somewhere on the ship, or in the cracks of the ship.
Absolutely, easily fine.
Okay, good. This is an embarrassing moment, but I'll take some of this sand, and I'll take my quill that I used to write, and I'll dip it in the sand, and then I will take the sand, and I will sprinkle it all over Joey, slowly, and as it's sprinkling, I'll start carving runes around her as I circle around her, and the runes stay in the air with the ink, with the pen that I used to write on myself, around Joey as the sand is sort of falling on top of her.
And then Joey enters a trance-like state. And that is where we're going to take a little break. We'll be back in 6 or 7 minutes, where you have instantly entered the trance-like state.
Oh, baby.
Oh my
And
god.
we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, everyone. We are going to hop right in where we left off as Knowhere touches Joey on the forehead, activating the spell, and she immediately goes subconscious. Everybody on the deck sees her eyes roll up into her head, and she kind of plops down in a seated position. But Joey, you are suddenly hurtling through darkness. You can't see anything around you except maybe a star shoots past you once in a while, little flecks of light. But you feel the breeze whipping your hair back as if you're in an absolute wind tunnel. And then all of a sudden, you start to feel your fingers tingle, and you see little motes of colored light hovering above your hands. And you feel creative power over what surrounds you. Though it doesn't quite come to fruition because you are jerked downward, pulled down suddenly. Your arms shoot above your head as you fly downward. There is a small opening that opens in this dark void, just a slightly lighter blue, but still very much like you're just getting sucked through another tunnel of space. And then, as the wind starts to settle, you hear something. Just a little bit of whispering. But nothing that you can understand. Roll a quick insight check for me.
7.
You can't tell much about it except that it seems a little frantic, but that's about it. But you don't see anything in front of you except a floating, wavering white light, like a flame, and darkness around you. And that's where the whispering is coming from. And at this point, you feel a desire to make something of this black void. Where do we find ourselves?
Joey raises her hand, and as she does so, water starts to shoot out the tips of each finger, slowly filling the space around her, swirling around, starting dark and then getting lighter and lighter as it goes up. And Joey looks down, and as she looks down, sand shoots out from her toes, covering the floor in a wave-like pattern.
And we
She
are on the
looks
ocean
up.
floor.
And she sees sunlight dabbling through hundreds of feet above her.
And on the sand below, you see a figure standing. Arms folded in front, staring ahead and seemingly muttering to themselves, but unmistakably Mara Robbins.
How
She
far
hasn't
away?
noticed you yet. It's about 100 feet down.
Okay, Joey snaps and then just appears on the ground.
There's a snap of energy, and then all of a sudden, bubbles where Joey disappears.
Mom? Mom?
Joey?
Hi.
You're back again.
Again? What do you mean again?
I see you here every now and then.
I don't ever dream of you.
There's a moment where she looks to the side for a second very quickly, as if she's noticed something, but then turns her attention back to not you, not looking you in the eye, but looking at you.
You look different.
I've
Are you
grown.
taller?
Yes. I haven't seen you since I was 7. Um, are you in Fort Donner?
Am I in Fort Donner? I don't know where I am right now.
You're in a dream right now,
Mm-hmm.
but in waking.
I think so. I feel movement.
In your real world?
I am not asleep.
Is someone else here?
I am not alone. He's looking for you.
Boris?
Niles is looking for you. Joey, you mustn't let him get you.
I won't. And almost unwillingly, the room transforms, and all of a sudden, we're in a childhood bedroom.
There's a whooshing. And the stillness of the bedroom.
The windows are barred on the side, and the door is padlocked. But Mara and Joey both stand inside. And in the distance, almost as if through a tunnel, Joey hears pounding on the front door, and Boris Niles' voice.
Boris's voice is sort of muffled, as it's a memory, so it's more just echoey yelling.
I remember this. This is
Mom?
my last memory.
Why didn't you tell me that you could do magic?
Roll a persuasion check.
That's a 19.
I didn't want you to end up like your father.
But why didn't you tell me? Why did you keep me in here?
Roll another persuasion check.
I botched.
She doesn't answer, but she says, and roll a quick insight check for me.
19.
To protect you.
But she's lying.
No, you just wanted to protect yourself. A lot of good that's done you. As if through the memory tunnel, the padlock door opens, and both Dream Mara and this fake Mara look at each other. And the Mara from memory is gesturing for Joey to come and to leave, and then throws up her hands and performs magic, which is the first time Joey ever saw it.
There is an absolutely insane burst of energy that comes from the door, sending a score of soldiers to the ground, but standing with a sword raised and a black glove on his hand that seems to suck the energy inward is Boris Niles, who then freezes your mother in place. And Joey, you make a note right away that you have never seen this before. You were already gone. And you see Niles walk forward. Ray Niles walk forward. He's his broadsword Oh, what a time. 1 second. So sorry, folks. He raises the broadsword, and it looks like he is about to, in cold blood, execute your mother where she's kneeling, as he holds the glove aloft. And then there is a moment where he curls his fist back and thinks, and then says something, and I need you to make a wisdom save to see if you hear what he says.
Does she get to add +3 because I'm standing by her body?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is going to be enough. Do I have to use a luck point before?
No, you can use it now.
Okay. I'm going to use a luck point and then
Okay,
take
one
the
of your
higher
six
roll.
is gone.
It's not much better. 15.
That's what the DC is.
Oh, thank God. Last time I rolled a 14, so.
Tell Ezra I've had an idea. Let's take this one.
And he moves forward, grabs your seemingly just enthralled mother up by the neck, shackles her, and just sort of sits her in the back of a cart, where she sits kind of like shaking at the hands and trying to yell out, but can't. And you see rage settle in, followed by hopelessness, followed by sorrow, and then tears. And then the cart disappears, fading into blackness as the memory ends.
They're back on the bottom of the ocean. A whale goes by. Do you want me to come save you?
Joey, listen to me very carefully. If you see me, run.
Why?
Because I'll hurt you.
No, you won't. Are they making you?
Yes.
What did they do to you?
I don't know.
Do you want to hurt me now? Good. Joey waves her hand, and from the sand, trees start to shoot up, one after another, around them, creating a clearing. Until they're standing in the middle of a clearing where a Canadian goose is sitting over a fire. Joey looks at her mom and says, I want to show you something. And in that moment, a small coyote runs to the edge of the clearing and collapses. And you can hear the sounds of a hunt in the distance. And the goose comes over and lays on hands her. And Joey looks at her mom and says, See? I'm safe now.
Thank God for that.
She looks sidelong down at you.
I'm proud of you. Stay safe.
I forgive you, Mom.
Roll a persuasion check.
I nat 20'd.
Her eyes close. She cries quite hard. Sort of out of this reverie that she's been in. Wow. That's kooky. And she hugs you. And you feel it. Like physically.
Joey buries her head in Mara's chest and starts to cry in earnest.
Okay, you're about to get a vision of something, Joey. Give me 1 second. So in this hug, you've been speaking to your mother, and it's felt like it's been across distance. But then she whispers directly in your ear, again, the same thing she did before, and you hear it like it's next to you. If you see me, you must promise me that you will run.
Okay.
And in that moment, you start to see something. It's all dark at first. Behind you, you still hear the chirping of the jungle. You and Cano fade away in the background from the fire. And then you see something behind your mother. And it's a humanoid figure. And it's far away. And then the darkness starts to close in around you. And then suddenly, directly in your face, an inch away, is a golden monkey face.
No! And Joey pulls out of the dream.
And you wake up back on the docks.
Fuck.
I am covered in goosebumps right now.
We knew it!
We knew it.
We knew it. We've been since that fucking monkey mask came in. Dylan and I have been like, that's fucking Joey's mom,
That's
right?
my-
Like that's gotta
oh
be Joey's
my
fucking mom,
God.
right? Like,
Oh.
oh,
Woo.
John, that wasn't supposed to come out for like 10 more episodes, my guy. That's nuts. I
Oh my
love that
God.
so much.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Well, out of
Look, I
character,
need to take
such
a-
amazing storytelling. I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to say that out of character right now, but that was fucking amazing.
You
I just
can
felt like I
always
just
fun.
watched a cutscene. I felt like I just watched a cutscene from a Final Fantasy game. It was incredible.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Wow. I need to go like eat ice cream or a donut or something. Ooh.
All right. Joey, you wake up back on the deck.
Joey's in a state of shock. What happened when she was under?
How long, Pat? I think it was,
Oh my God.
That seemed like a hell of a dream.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for that.
Oh.
4 hours have passed. It's dark. Nobody is around you except for Kano, who is sitting next to you, and Sven, who has fallen asleep in Kano's lap, also waiting to see if you awake. And you wake up, and the first thing you see is Kano's face sitting next to you. Knowhere is a 4-year-old and is just putting stuff in his mouth, and Nesbit is desperately chasing him around.
No.
Nesby.
Nesby, when he hears Nesby, that like ratatouille hits him for a moment where he's like, and then just like kind of chases after, not in like trying to corral him, but like in play, like, all right, yeah, through the woods, and just kind of running around like climbing stuff. It's like
Joey
Go
just
into the distance.
immediately buries her head in Kano's chest
Huh?
and just sits there hugging her and probably crying.
Kano will like randomly start humming. I don't know what song it is, but she's just gonna start humming like maybe it's a goose song.
Like an avian song?
No, a goose song, George. I said it.
So
Did
would
I
it be
fucking
would
stutter?
it be an avian?
Yeah.
Then you'd be whistling.
Then Kano will start to whistle a little.
Joey just sits there with her eyes open, staring off. And she raises enough energy to say, "We're not gonna go to the prison."
Kano will slowly nod her head up and down. And just pat Joey's head.
Joey cries herself to sleep.
Does anybody want to do anything before the next long rest? Kano.
Kano, who has I'm gonna say she's on her second or third big old flagon of red wine, goes over to Knowhere.
Who is now a babbling little baby.
She would have wanted to do this earlier. Like,
Yeah,
probably.
Don't remove the curse when he's a baby.
Probably like right after he cast the thing. There just wasn't really an opportunity to.
If what you think is going to happen is about to happen again, you're doing this for the information anyway.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter when you do it, right? Because the last time you tried to remove this curse, it worked for a moment, and then you felt something much more powerful than you refute the result.
So Kano will kind of like clumsily go up and go, "Tag, you're it!" And as she tags him, we'll cast Remove Curse.
Just real drunk. Again, you see like in this baby Knowhere, a shadow version of the baby like out of it as the
Demon honk.
And then you feel the magic fail. Now you may make one of every check that you want to make.
Oh, okay. I guess let's start with in athletics. No.
I'm gonna punch the information out.
I will start with
baby.
I will start with religion because I have proficiency in it.
Amazing.
Okay. Come on, baby. That's not great. 13. Is that better than what I rolled? Yeah, I rolled like very trash last time.
I don't have any information for you on a 13.
Okay. I will roll a religion check.
If you want to substitute a different roll to re-roll your religion check, I'll allow it. Up to you. But it has to be like either Arcana or History or something big that would potentially glean you a lot.
I'll do a history.
Nice.
Okay, no History check. Got it.
Yeah. 22.
Okay. Kano, it's your turn for a kooky crazy
Jesus
vision.
Christ.
Oh man,
Everything
I love it.
fades away.
Really putting that soundboard
And
to use today.
suddenly, you feel the heat of ancient flames. One moment. There it is. Christ. Low and slow around you. And at first, it's just warm. And then all of a sudden, you feel a dark presence. Feels like it was born from wrath. It laughs a little bit. And you start to see that the walls are made of what look like flesh.
Ugh.
And you're in bubbling yellow liquid, as if you're in a gigantic stomach. This is a religious omen, one that you are familiar with in your study. There is a demon that exists, that when bonded with, and when a deal is struck, it captures the soul of its quarry and has complete power over said quarry. And there are a numerous amount of curses that take place when deals are struck with this being. This is due to the duality of the creature known as Rabitivar. Rabitivar takes the form of a massive two-faced rabbit. When he turns his back, he is famous for becoming small and humanoid and unimposing. And when he turns 180 degrees, he is suddenly a hulking, drooling, raging beast. He is known as the liar, the trickster dealmaker, and the consumer. Also, the glutton. Without a doubt, this creature has a hold over whatever is going on with Knowhere.
And does it have to be inflicted upon by the individual themselves or by someone else?
That is all I have to tell you right now with this religion check.
Okay.
But as this vision gently fades away, this isn't like something where you are like transported anywhere and hours have passed. This is a flash of a vision.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Okay, which dice do I pick?
You got it. You got this.
I have no bonus.
I know, you got it.
Loosey-goosey. Because I'm a goose.
Oh, God.
Unbelievable.
I rolled a 3, so that's appropriate.
You are
Immediate
unable.
karma.
You are unable to determine what is going on that would bond him to this. Roll an insight check for me.
Okay. Different dice. Okay, 18. You said insight, right?
What was that thing he was holding around his neck?
The sand or the quill?
The sand.
The vial of sand? Okay.
What was that? You suddenly think.
Oh, I really like you, Nicholas. And Canna will look closer at the...
Make a
Just
perception
sucking on it
check.
a little bit.
It's covered in baby drool.
And I lick it, and then I let her look at it.
Does that give me advantage?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was going to say that I'm
The
pretty
baby
sure I'm
gave
here
you permission.
too.
That's a help
help.
action.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that
That's a
I'm
help
here too,
action.
so yeah, I was going to be like, yep.
Wait, what check am I making?
Perception.
Perception, okay.
Something you've been historically great at.
Well, my 2 rolls were a 1, or the other one makes it a 19.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
The sand that glitters within this thing is 4 different colors.
Okay.
Orange, purple, green, and then a sort of silvery.
And these are all the crystals and the meteor.
There is something in here, if you are considering crystals, remember that there were 4 different kinds of crystals.
There's the
One
cube
was
that we
mirrored.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
so it is the
was-
4 crystals.
It's the 4 crystals, that's right.
Okay.
All ground up into a dust.
Nesbit is with you, by the way, because he was chasing around the young.
That's right, he is with the baby. So he's
Okay.
with you as you do this.
Can I make any more checks while we're here? Can I make a medicine check?
Sure.
I don't know if this will yield anything, but... Well, I botched, so
I got nothing for you.
that's fair. And then I guess survival, kind of a last Hail Mary.
Just anything you got in the arsenal.
Sure.
Well,
If you roll crazy on survival, I have one thing to tell you, but it has to be a crazy roll.
on the table.
I like it
Ding-dong.
again? No.
18.
Roll with advantage. Yeah, he's helping.
Oh, okay.
18's
Well,
not enough. You need higher.
Okay. So I basically did a nat 20, which I did not, so I rolled
Okay.
lower. Okay.
You okay, Cano?
There's... And it was a demon, right?
Demon. This is a religious.
Oh. Oh.
It would be
Oh, would
considered a
that be
fiend.
weird?
Having thoughts.
Dylan, I'm gonna message you something.
Okay.
Oh boy. Zyger's having a very normal day in the crow's nest, by the way. Y'all are having some revelations.
Night of 1,000 visions.
And if you look over there, little mushroom, that is the butterfly constellation. Yes, it's right. It's exactly right. Whatever you just said. Oh, don't go too far. Okay. You know, I'm starting to understand what the Joey Charlie thing is. Just a little bit. That is still very weird, but
The mushroom moves down and it turns itself into like a little firework and goes like disappears for a second.
Honestly, Hannah, I'd say
We are
one,
going to
we're gonna be going to bed
you.
anyway. You might as well try it to see what happens.
Okay. Before, because I have no idea what that's gonna do. Cano will look over at Nesbit, now holding the baby because it is a baby. And go, there's a demon inside of him, Nesbit.
There's a demon inside of.
There's a demon inside this baby.
Well, then get it out. You know? Get
It's
it
not
out.
that simple, Nesbit. I don't know if someone put it there.
You got that from sand?
No, I got that from the mother. A vision.
Okay.
I tried to remove the curse again and it wouldn't go because I think it's too ingrained in it. And the sand that's not sand. And she'll point at the vial and she'll point to where the crystals are. It's them.
Okay, give me 1 second. That was me trying to see if Nesbit can maybe put together something in his head for a moment. Sand. Not sand. Cano, We heard of a beach. A beach in which time repeated itself.
The one where we went to? It was farther up. The beach.
Years lost. Never getting past the beach. Sand.
Should we go there?
Not unless we have more information. I'm going to take out Carmela 7
Little ant in your hand.
and just whisper, George, it was Reshka who was on that beach, or that we know of, that I'm talking about.
Yes.
Right? The repeating. Okay.
Did Reshka go to that beach, or did she just hear about that beach?
Didn't she? Someone lost years. Right? It was Reshka.
Yes.
Yeah, Reshka lost like a.
I think it was Reshka,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I don't think so. I thought it was. She like told us. I thought we like saw visions of other beaches from the sister, who like told us.
I was pretty sure that someone was on the beach and lost years, because otherwise,
Yeah,
I don't know
'cause
why
she
we would
kept-
have talked about it. She kept
she kept
walking up the beach
wondering.
and then would walk up the beach and walk up the beach.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
And
it
then
was
like
Reshka.
a year
Yes,
had
I'm
passed or
remembering
something like
this
that.
now.
Okay.
Absolutely was.
I'm just going to, just on a hunch, just in case, but then going back to this, just, Reshka, was the sand on the beach that you kept coming back to multicolored? And I'll send Animal Messenger.
Zips away.
Well, I don't know, Kano, but we'll see.
I have another idea, but I don't know what it's gonna do.
Well, should we ask Zygo?
He's having fun mushroom time. He never gets to have fun.
Nesbit will look over and see like a Zygo actually like having a good time.
The little mushroom is like little lights around the thing. Like
Is he
it's
doing
pulsing.
like a light show with like gloves?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gloving.
right up in Zygo's face. He's like, yeah, real obnoxious. One time a guy did that at a Ben Folds concert that I went to. A Ben Folds concert, and he was in the front row, hands right up in front of Ben. So everybody's just staring at this douchebag's fucking light up gloves. Sorry, I'm still upset about it. It was so unbelievable.
Hey, if you're watching this stream, light up the
because
comments.
Ben Folds' Brick is the song that you want to see like fucking disco lights. Sorry, I'm really upset about it. It's been like 8
This
years.
was in 2008. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
well-
really long time ago.
Nesbit will just say, "Oh, okay, no. I think we should try it. Whatever it is, I trust you. But first,
Thanks.
and he'll just put a hand and just look at her and go, I know it's been tough. And I know that I've been odder on the boat. But we'll get through it. And then his eyes will just go full bug. They'll glaze over and just like go fractal as he casts protection from evil and good on Kano.
Yuckadoodles.
So essentially, you're like protected against fiends.
Great.
Alright, what's your nonsense? What's this? I can't wait.
Okay, so Kano
God.
will
See what happens.
say, "Thanks, Nesbit. They felt nice," and then reach into her bag and pull out her symbol of a lotus and show it to Knowhere as she.
It looks like it should go in your mouth. Nowhere. That's for your mouth.
Well,
What you've just seen
Careful,
is
boy.
that belongs in your mouth.
and she will
No.
and she will activate her channel divinity, Turn the Faithless.
And
Holy shit.
What's this do, Hannah?
Okay, so you present your holy symbol. Each fae or fiend within 30 feet of you, so if there's another surprise one lurking on the ship, that can hear you, so not see, so even if it's living in your stomach and can hear me, must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
And what does turned mean in this context? Does it tell
I
you?
think
It's a
this has
wisdom
to,
save?
yeah, it's a wisdom
I think we
save.
find out.
A turned
Would I
creature
roll? No.
must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly
And-
move to a space within 30 feet of you.
And
It
it's-
also can't take reactions. It can only use the dash action
So
or
this
try
would-
to escape.
This would banish a fiend for a minute, is what you're saying.
It would
is that
maybe
correct?
make
He's
it leave.
exercising
Yeah, if
it.
the creature's true
Yeah.
form is concealed by an illusion, shapeshifting, or other effect, that form is revealed while it's turned.
Wow.
Look
Okay,
at that smile.
This is...
Paladin, baby! I finally
there's-
am using my
what's your
channel
DC?
divinity.
What's your DC? Because there's a big... This is a tough one.
It's 15, but Gabe, if you got...
15?
What? I don't know what's
You have
happening.
a woe, baby.
He doesn't know what's
Can you
happening.
give
and
luck
you-
points?
We didn't go
If
get
you
Gabe.
had
You let
mentioned
Gabe have
this
fun
to
with the
me at
mushroom.
all, I could have woed this roll.
Alright,
I have
DC
no idea what's
15?
happening.
Yeah, DC
DC
15.
15. Oh my god.
Did you botch?
No. Oh. 16.
No!
Oh my god.
Lie
George,
to us
it is
next
it
time.
is up to you. Because I did roll woe
Roll
for
a
the
perception check, Gabe.
day. I botched it.
Yeah, okay, it sounds
Oh
dumb.
god.
It's
It's
a
the
failure.
one thing I could have rolled to
We-
not
we-
see this shit.
I asked if we wanted him over.
Oh. Oh.
Nowhere coughs for a second,
Ah! But it can work, and we're here for days.
and out of Nowhere's mouth is just like yellow bile.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Hannah.
Exorcism.
We'll try.
Oh, so much of it, and then so
Ew.
much more of it.
Well, that'll go in its egg with them.
And then, sure enough, the egg closes around Nowhere as he curls.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
What's that?
We just
It's
lost you
per
for a second.
short rest that I get my channel divinities back.
Do you want to wait 30 minutes?
Can I wait 30 minutes and then try again and alert Zygo?
Yeah, absolutely.
If it were a long rest, I'd be like tomorrow, but the fact that it's a short rest and I'm greedy and competitive, I really want to try it
So
again.
you can walk over to the egg for a moment. Go ahead.
Oh, he's an egg now?
He's an egg.
He is an egg. You
Okay.
can also wait till the morning, but you can also just do it now.
I gotta try.
I'll just
All
say,
right.
hey Nesbitt, I think Kano actually does need your help.
What?
You mean his Zygo?
Hey
Zygo?
Zygo, yeah, sorry, Zygo, I
All
think
right.
you should come over here.
Oh, okay. What is going on?
I don't know, but we might need your help. And
Okay.
Keno will try again, turn the faithless.
Well, Zygo woes whatever
Oh,
is about to happen.
wow.
Oh, wow.
We're trying to get rid of a
How
demon.
much is this? How much is it less than, Gabe? I want you to roll the woe first.
I'll roll the woe first.
Since you're doing it preemptively.
5.
Okay.
So it's a DC 20,
20.
basically.
DC 20. It's not impossible, but it's hard. Here we go. 25.
Okay.
It was a 30? Oh, no, 25, right? Makes sense.
And no go.
Okay.
Again, the egg, just suddenly like a little hole appears at the top, and just a fountain of yellow bile explodes out of the egg.
Oh, God.
And then after the geyser is done, and it goes everywhere, 360, the little hole in the egg just suddenly gets filled by white, and it is a complete egg again.
What was that? What are you trying to do? I've never seen you do that in your life.
There's a demon in the baby.
There's a demon in the baby. What do you mean there's a demon in the baby?
Kano is also wasted.
Yeah, visually wasted.
You're gonna scare
Oh my
Curly.
God.
Do you know how scared Curly would get?
What are you
You found out
talking
there's a
about?
demon in the baby. He's so
Talk about
scared.
about
Good
Good
scary.
night, you sweet. Go to your pillows.
Roll a
Oh my
persuasion
God.
check.
Oh my god.
21.
Oh my god.
I'm 28 years old, but okay. I get this. That sounds like a good idea.
No, you're not. You're
He
10.
walks over to the pillows and just like so cute, just face first,
Oh my
butt
god.
up.
Nesbit, how do we know? How do we know that there was a demon in the baby?
There's a
Kano
demon
told
in the baby. I
Kano
saw
told
it.
me, and I trust Kano.
Two flagons roll by on the deck, empty.
And Nesbit is also like, maybe I'm just trying anything to not go to the. I'm trying anything to not go where we're going.
Right now we are just trying to make it to shore. Let us do one thing at a time. There is a demon in the baby. There is a mother in a prison. There are so
Psycho.
many things going on.
Zygo, the sand is the crystals. Shh.
You know, life was easier when all we were trying to do was go to the moon. I'll
I
say
want to
it.
go to where we're going, Psycho.
What are you saying to me?
Don't judge me for dealing with it how I am.
I'm not
older
judging
than you.
I understand.
I'm older than you.
I'm not judging you. I'm just very confused. I was given so little information.
So there's a demon and a baby. The sand is made of crystal dust,
Alright.
and I don't want to go to where we're going.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm confused, and we're all being confusing. And if we're confused in the morning, Knowhere's gonna be really confused. And we gotta be there for Knowhere. So we
It's
gotta
so
get on.
sad.
We gotta get on the same page.
He
about.
can't remember anything.
He can't remember anything. So we have
It's
to make
so-
sure that we are not showing how terrified we are to this one, okay? Because that's the first thing he's gonna see in the morning. So we have to be like, everything's good. We know what's going on.
God.
Did you see I brought him breakfast today? That was very nice.
Kano,
I
you
used
didn't.
to treat people.
Kano, you're not saying words anymore.
Yes, I am. Yes,
Sven
but-
shakes his head.
Sven, go to bed. Sorry. I know. And Nesbit thinks to him, sorry, I know that you're older than me. I didn't mean to be impertinent.
And you get back to feeling of, no, it's past my bedtime. And he continues.
Alright, perhaps we should all go to sleep, and in the morning we will try to figure out how to remove the demon from the very old man. I'm sure that will be easier than removing it from the baby.
Shall we cut ahead to the morning time?
Nesbit just goes, I didn't even get a chance to learn the names of all the frogs today. And then just goes to bed.
The next morning.
No, let's see if I have woe again.
Go ahead and take your long rest,
I
everyone.
do have woe again.
Very nice.
There you go.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, so next morning.
We open up on Knowhere, old as fuck, walking out the door, having just, you guys are all waiting for Knowhere as he comes out onto the deck. What is waiting for him?
Wait, retroactively, like during the day, because I had the whole day on the boat, can I have like spent it making a book of like with Knowhere maybe, like writing out like
Roll
what's kind of been
51st
going
dates.
on? Yeah, like
Yeah.
like a video
Both
cassette
of
of Adam
you.
Sandler in the Antarctic or whatever.
Both of you roll a history check.
Oh boy.
Both of you roll it.
Me?
Both of you roll a
16!
history check.
Ooh,
What'd you get?
16 with nothing
Okay.
added to it because I don't get to.
Oh, okay. Me too.
History check as well, John. Yes.
Okay. 19.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's very good. It's exactly what Knowhere intuited that he would need. So both of you together can decide what is in there that gets Knowhere up to speed as he grabs the book. As he's like sort of shocked and then reads it. And like the first couple lines are like, what are they, John? It's a letter to yourself trying to tell you to calm down.
You just woke up. You can't remember anything. The people around you are here to help you. And these are their names. They match the names that are on your wing. Look, And then
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You guys see it.
okay. Oh, there's writing. Yeah, that's right. There's writing on yourself. You see, everything you need to know is written on you. You're on a ship, and these people are here to help you. Trust them and help them in any way you can.
Perfect. You raise confidently, understanding this to be a safe situation.
That book was very helpful and caught me up to speed. Very quickly.
Yeah.
How can what can I do to help?
Really quick, you flick your eyes back down to the book to the next page just to see if there's any more, and you see in very clumsy writing, "There's a demon in the baby. Remember to tell Knowhere." Kano, you don't remember writing that.
I don't.
No.
Wait, so okay, would I have that written anywhere on me? Or is that new information that I've never, well, it's always new information, but is that
With-
new information?
Looking for something demonic, roll a new perception check.
All right. Come on, Madison, let's go.
Let's go, Madison.
Second, I was like, who's Madison?
Sorry. 11.
All right, you do not find much.
Okay.
Roll a quick religion check for me.
Oh, like that helps.
Now you're getting it.
This episode's gone from
Ah,
meat candy
aha.
to demon and a baby.
That
That is
would
off
be
the
a
fucking rails.
22.
22.
Religion would be a 22.
You take a look down suddenly at the swinging vial on your neck, and you notice that inscribed in the top of this hourglass-like tube filled with sand is the little outline of a rabbit's head. So a circle, 2 ears, and then a line through the center of it.
Do I know the name of this
The name
demon?
whispers in your mind.
All right, I say it out loud. Rabitivar. Rabitivar.
George,
Does anything
up in the crow's nest,
happen? Sorry.
Zygo's doing his rituals, and overnight felt much more connected to his grandfather. So instead of casting augury, he's casting divination at 4th level, which allows me to ask a specific question instead of just a will, woe, will, and woe.
Uh-oh.
So Zygo will say to the heavens above,
No.
what is going to happen if we try to remove the demon from the baby?
Oh.
Zygo, it's your turn for a fun vision.
This episode's bonkers.
Oh my god!
Oh, man.
We've
dude.
won John, you guys. We have a guest on for 2 weeks.
And this is what happens.
Oh no.
Oh, that's bad music.
Oh, that's not good. Happy music.
Oh my god.
Great time for a mess up, honestly.
Yeah, that worked very well.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that
it was way worse that way.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Standing before you, Zygo, on sort of like a ghostly spectral plane, an imagined vision, aboard the colony, you see all of your friends jumping around the deck, using the absolute maximum of their magical potential to combat a hulking rabbit figure that is holding the mast as a swinging bat.
Oh my god.
And just bringing it down as hard as possible. Nesbit. Does a...
Oh, God.
1 second. So sorry. Microsoft Word is being a jerk.
Holy fuck.
There it is. Does a... Oh my
What
goodness.
crazy number are you about to tell me?
Right.
Oh, never mind. Make a strength save.
Oh my god.
In this hypothetical, am I near Cano? Seven.
7. That is a failure.
Yeah.
Rabitivar...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Rabitivar jumps up into the air 80 feet and then comes slamming down into the boat. There is an explosion as wood goes everywhere. You take...
In this vision?
This is what I'm
14
seeing.
bludgeoning damage. And 14 fire damage. Your fur is singed. You are knocked prone. You are, as you're knocked prone, you roll over the edge of the boat and fall into the water. And then suddenly, the creature picks up Sven,
No.
and with a 27, hurls him way deep into the water, and he
Oh my
just
God.
plooshes down into the water.
You're giving Gabe a
And then-
Twilight vision.
Oh, what?
Breaking
fire-
Dawn Part 2
Breaking
vision.
Dawn Part 2 vision.
Oh,
You don't
God.
know
Like,
that
but none of
reference.
that's gonna
I
happen.
don't
Oh
know
my
that
God.
reference at all.
God.
Sorry. And then you are suddenly back on the boat.
Cano!
Kano's gonna be
Breaks
putting her
her.
hand, reaching in her bag.
Do not take the demon out of the baby.
Would you like some meat candy?
Perhaps.
What- wait.
Perhaps
What did
we
you
just-
see?
There was a very dark something somewhere inside of you. Or perhaps in the necklace you wear. Or something. But if we do that on this boat, this boat will no longer exist.
Oh, I don't want that.
Okay.
I don't think any of us want that. Perhaps we, if we are to do such a thing, perhaps we try to do it in a more controlled environment.
That's good to know. Do you, Knowhere, know anything about what we're talking about? Rabitivar, as you said.
So, George, I feel like I may not know all of my history, but I think now I would
You know some tidbits for sure. Yeah, go ahead. After hearing that name in your mind.
I don't remember everything, but I think for the first time I remember. I don't know why, but I made a deal with this entity, this demon, for life and for power. And I think the only way to be free of this and to have to either have memory or live or die is to summon him, which I think I can do.
And did the people who had you at Fort Doma know
I don't
that this
I
was
don't know what
inside?
they knew. I don't know what they knew. I know that I was trapped for a very long time and they were running experiments on me, but I don't know how much they know. And I also don't know what will happen to me if I am free of this. But I know it's the only way I will. Facing it is the only way I will be free.
Is that something you would like to do?
Yes, desperately.
So you regret it then?
Wakey, I can't tell you what it is like because I only know what's happened to me today, but I woke up having such fear, and the only thing that comforted me was knowing that you all were around. But if I've been living this, it's so helpless to not know who I am or where I came from, or to be, I guess, trapped in this nightmare.
You're not allowed to have a life. Is that what it feels like?
Yes, honestly, I would rather face this thing and possibly die than keep living this existence.
Well, I think, luckily for you, you've got a pretty good group, a pretty strong group.
You would willingly face this thing knowing what it is? I know what it is. Do you?
I think that should the time come to it, you've got a good group around you who can help.
I don't know what to say.
Do you want
you're
to write
essentially
anything else? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I want to write everything that's happened, but I'm afraid to write the name. I would rather someone else have that knowledge.
You could write RB for short.
Okay.
You might know what that means. And if not, one of us can explain it to you.
Okay. And I'll write everything except I won't write out the full name on my feathers.
Zygo's gonna think to Kano. You did not see what I just saw. If we bring forth that creature, there could be some catastrophic consequences.
Anna will turn to look at Zygo and nod. Certainly not an event for today. Why don't we?
I can't ask any of you to do this. You can drop me off, and I'll face this thing. And I just want this to end.
If it's not inside you, and you don't defeat it, it will go to someone else. That disturbs me to my very core because of who I am.
Okay.
What am I?
Make a quick religion check for me,
Okay.
Kim.
I mean, dirty 20.
There is a moment where you think you're dreaming, but then you see that there is a small, skinny green vine weaving its way up the mast. And then, sure enough, a little flower opens, red and silver. And you know that this is a job that has just been tasked to you.
No way. And Kano will kneel. I offer you the services of myself in the services of the mother that I have to rid you of the demon that you have inside of you.
Thank you. I don't know if I followed any religion, but please also thank the mother for me as well. Thank you so much. I don't know, I don't know why you would do this for me, but thank you.
It feels nice to have a purpose again. That's... And Kano kind of lost for words. We'll take a moment and then say, I've been trained for this.
I'll do everything I can to help you and to give my life to help all of you in any way I can.
Can we get that in writing? And Kano will give a little cheeky smile to the book in a playful manner.
And you can have this. If I ever get out of this, you can keep this quill. I don't want it. I don't want any of this. I just want out.
He hands you the quill, Kano, and you feel magic right when you touch it.
Ooh.
Roll a quick Arcana check for me.
5.
You're not sure what it does, but perhaps you'll find out next time, because that is where we are going to end gang.
Wow.
What a fucking episode.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching with us tonight.
Oh, I have such
damn.
bad
Hey,
idea.
Raiders, thanks for coming in. If you're
Such a
curious
bad
about what
idea.
just
Yes.
happened to precede that, you can start the episode over. It was one of the craziest eps we've ever had. A lot of cool places that we went
Man.
to. It was very awesome.
Man.
So feel free to hop over, start
Good
over.
nap.
And wow, I'm reeling, guys. That was
such an episode.
I can't, George, on a scale of 1 to not even close, what did this episode do that you thought it would?
Yeah.
How did this episode go?
Of course, this thing's happening.
Exactly the way that you thought it
Right
would.
at the end.
100%.
Yeah, I planned this like the guy on Snowpiercer. I fucking got you. I fucking engineered this. No. I really didn't know any of that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I did some skeletal preparation in other directions just in case, but that was a lot of fun.
Oh, man.
Wow,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Anybody have anything? First of all, let's give it up for John. He
Yeah.
is joining us one more time next
Yay!
Tuesday
Hell yeah.
to finish this
sweet.
bad boy out.
Hell yeah.
We are
Hell yeah.
absolutely thrilled about it. So for better or worse, Knowhere's story will, at least for now, conclude.
Oh my
and we are just so
gosh.
psyched. Anybody have anything fun they want to call out that we've got going on this week?
Oh, weirdly, I do. It's not from this
yeah.
week or anything, but like,
No
if you
problem.
want to go see my mug in a music video, I like randomly, because LA, the band is called The Record Company, and their newest single is called How High. And so if you want to look out for my mug, as well as Carson Fagerbaki, another friend of Hero Club, and
Yeah.
my sister.
What?
You can't tell we're related, so I had to tell you before.
Yeah.
Very similar. So yeah, go check it out. It's fun. Big pool party.
Hell yeah. Anybody else? I'll just say, keep checking out Hero Club. If you don't know us, we're a podcast where we mix everything down with sound effects and music for D&D, so it's like short, hour-long anthology series. You can see it in our About section. Otherwise, we're here every Tuesday night. We're taking a little hiatus on our podcast, but we're still going to be doing this uninterrupted. So we will see you guys next Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. PST on this channel. And with that, everybody have a great night. Cheers.
Oh my
Bye-bye, everybody.
Wild.
Bye.